All right. All righty. Good night, my buddy Jake. Oh, there's another super chat.
All right. Lesbian joke to finish off the show. Awesome. Thank you very much, Daniel Hawthorne. Finishing up the stream with some lesbian humor. Lesby friends.
Thank you for the
All right,
super
guys,
chats,
that's
by the
it.
way.
Good night.
Jake.
Bye-bye.
All right. And that was the end of Jake's stream. So shout out to him. He has done a nice job. Please go subscribe to him, as this is now the after party of his stream. So Benjamin Graham videos. So I'm going to actually prove you wrong and me correct. So JP, hello. I don't know if I can tonight. I will try next time to do ACDC. So as a matter of fact, let's screenshot it right now. I wonder if it will show me doing that. And now everyone can see I have screenshotted his request. So I will do that next time. Well, I'm about to prove Benjamin Graham something. I'm about to tell him something. I have been a football fan all my life until I met Jake. So for many years as a kid, I watched it 24/7, 365. So coming from someone who has watched it consistently, the quality of play has gotten worse. The quality of play has gotten much worse. The have you noticed Benjamin Graham? There's a lot more field goal doinks in the last few years since that Chiefs Broncos game in 2016. I've never seen one in my life in all my years of watching football till that thing. The Chiefs Broncos Sunday night game in 2016. So let me pull up the date of that game so everyone knows what I'm talking about. And I remember it was on NBC, November 27th, 2016. Since then, there have been nothing but doinks and doinks and doinks and doinks. The play has gotten worse. Even weird football maneuvers during the field goals indoors. Forget about outdoors, indoors too. It's totally fake. And all you have to do is listen to Dwight Smith, Tampa Bay Buccaneer from 2002, who beat the Raiders in the Super Bowl. Go listen to what Dwight Smith has to say, because he's going to tell you. And by the way, you have not heard anything from him since, have you? So, coming from someone who has been a fan his whole life, I'm telling you, it's fake. And now, of course, I know better. Shady, yes, Shady David D. LaFleur is correct. Cactus Jack, welcome into the show. And I do think he's being genuine trying to ask a question. That's why I'm answering it. I know some people are trying to spread propaganda. I don't think Benjamin is. In this case, at least right now, I don't think so. I don't even know about Odell on the plane, to be honest. I would have to look into that. Again, that's another thing I'll screenshot. And I'm going to have to do some deep research on that. Yeah. And you can't do the gematria. I will say this right now. So I haven't made my picks. So if you want to all watch me make my picks, after I read some of these comments. Yeah, no, I don't. Don't worry, I don't believe it's real. I was just telling people how I grew up. Okay, by the way, everybody, tomorrow, Shady DVD Lit Flair, my buddy, has his show coming up. Everyone, please subscribe to it. Hi, Rose. How you doing? Alrighty. So before I let people on, I'm going to do my picks real quick. Yeah. Yep. It's all connected to the government. Think about it. It's the government that's building these stadiums with our taxpayer dollars. Think about that. So they're not privatized. That's probably because they had it scripted. Yep, exactly. That was me. Hey, buddy. Shout out to you too. I feel bad about what happened during your bowling game Thursday. Usually they're very good. The Kingpins Bowling. Please check out his channel every Thursday night as well, as he will be playing some Kingpins Bowling. Although last week didn't go so well. Exactly. Speaking of government psyops, I've got one to talk to you all about tonight. Well, they get away with it because the government is involved. It's a government organization that they pretend is a private company, but it's not. They get our taxpayer dollars. They're all embedded together. That's why they get away with it. It's all the same thing. I know. I mean, it broke my heart too, buddy. Benjamin, trust me, I cried that whole night. I met Jake. I was sobbing for like a day or two, but I'm over it now. And yeah. So, actually, before I start making my picks, I'm gonna post my StreamYard link. That's right. Hey, and Archie Bunker with the meathead on the Family. Remember that he, or if you watch All in the Family, he calls Mike Stivic a meathead. Like, great show, better than what we have now. Well, yeah, there will be a new one soon. I got to think about what I'm going to do next, though. There's been a lot going on. Probably not this week. It's Thanksgiving. All right. This is also now everyone's chances to come on. Before I do, it's hard not to cope. Yeah, I know it is. I agree. It was hard for me, but then I did cope. It took a couple days. That's your choice, buddy. I haven't broken it to mine yet. So that's your choice. I mean, my parents believe that UFOs are real, so the fact that we're about to talk about how fake that is in a minute. Yeah, exactly. They knew the playbook. Alrighty, here's the link to my StreamYard. Anyone who wants to come on, and while we're waiting for someone, we're gonna go over my picks right now. So, yeah, I may have to move in a minute. Plug it in. All right. I got to make sure no one wants to enter the stream. Personally, I would not play every game, by the way. I always say this. And by the way, I always warn people, do not bet. Do not do it. You do it at your own risk. So please don't. With this game, I'm going to take the Bears plus 9.5 in a 14 teaser. I think I'm going to play that with Baltimore minus 1.5. Seattle, basically pick them, minus 0.5 point. And I'm going to take the Chiefs plus 8.5. I think that's going to be my 14 teaser. Do I even have my notepad up? I hope I do. Well, I got my offline notepad. I got a whole bunch of crap. Okay. So Chicago plus 9.5. I'm going to take Baltimore minus 1.5. Seattle basically pick them. I'm going to take Kansas City to at least cover. So that will be my 14 teaser of the week. And some money lines for you. I'm going to take Seattle. I'm going to take Baltimore, Kansas City. I'm not going to take the Bears to win. I'm not that confident. And I'm definitely not taking that game. I do think Philly beats Dallas. So I would take Philly. I would stay away from the Bucs-Rams game. That's going to be a tough one. Niners-Panthers, same thing. And I don't ever bet Thursday night. So Thursday night's a waste of time. So those are going to be my picks this week. And I'll put those on my deal here after this stream's over. Let's see if anyone's popped up. Benjamin Graham has popped up. Let's get his mic turned on. It should be turned on. Oh, okay. He chose to mute himself. So whenever Benjamin Graham go.
Hey, bro. How's it going, man?
It's going good.
Hey, man. I'm serious, bro. I caught Jake, man, on the end of his live stream tonight, man, and I mean, I saw you post your link, and it sounds like you could relate, but oh man, bro, I'm not messing around or nothing like some was claiming, but it's so hard, man. I mean, I'm 31 right now, and it's been my whole life, man, and it's just, man, I don't know what to talk to my family. I'm curious to hear your experience, man, because this is all new, and it's hard not to be emotional. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. And I saw you said that you were waiting. Sorry about that. Sometimes when I'm on my prediction screen, I can't see who's entered. So of course, the minute I saw you in there, I let you on. So thank you for your patience and glad to have you on tonight.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm just curious to hear if you were a fan, if anybody here chat is a fan, just how it was broken down to you, because it just, I saw that game a couple years back and I started to feel suspicious, but I finally came across this content, and I've seen other people talk about it, but never like Jake, and it's just eye opening, man.
It is. It is. It totally is. And at first I didn't believe it because of course, when you have grown up with something your whole life, I mean, I'm someone who watched it all day every day. I like since elementary school. All day every day. All summer long, even during the off season. And then Jake woke me up. And trust me, I was crying for at least that night for sure, if not the whole next day. But
So, man, I'll say this, and I don't want to take too much of your time. Again, I'm pretty beat up on this, but I just,
no, you're good.
What gets me, man, and what I don't even disagree with Jake's take. I actually really like it, and I agree with what you're saying. You know how you felt. That's how I feel. But what really gets me, man, is I played high school football, and I know that's leagues different, but man, I
High school's real.
experienced. Yeah, well, but I experienced some real concussions, and I just it makes it just is like, man, was I doing this for a free Masonic sport the entire time? Nothing I even had a chance on, and so like just makes me feel like a fool. Like, of course, I never made it to the league. I get that, but it's just like, man, like I really put myself in the way of damage, and
Yeah.
it really scared me. Like all the other stuff. Like I just scrolled through his channel. I see he talk about other stuff, but I'm scared to even
Oh,
dive
yeah, he
into it.
totally does.
Because it's like, man, once I figured out these top, Freemasons be making us people do this stuff, it's just, man, I have a limp leg, man, and I just all because of football. You know what I mean?
No, and I get it. And like I said, I think high school is real. And I actually have been watching a couple of my high school games from where I went to high school, and it is so much better in quality than any professional game. So I've been enjoying that. Um, and I'm not saying all injuries are fake in pro football. A lot of them are, but there sometimes they accidentally do hit each other, or they are allowed to hit each other. It can
But
happen.
but
It
man,
absolutely can happen.
but hold it, man, brother. I'm not trying to cut you off, but what I'm saying, man, is I believe that I know things happen, but the big picture is fake, man. It's mentally, it's
Yeah,
just fucked, man. Because I literally put my life on the line there, and
yeah,
so
I
many other
know.
people do, just as high school players do now. And it's just hopeless when there's no actual league people can make because it's all just GMO
Yeah,
motherfuckers. You know what I
exactly.
mean, man?
I know. I know what you mean. And a good example that I don't know if you saw it with Jake a couple years ago, although it sounds like you just met him, so you may not know this example. Aaron Rodgers, when he got hurt with the Jets, it said it was going to take 6 to 7 weeks just for him to be able to barely even put any weight on his leg. He was jumping up and down 3 weeks later. And then they
Man,
had to delete the video on the official Jets channel because people caught on.
Man, that's crazy, bro. It breaks my heart, man. I
No, I
remember him
don't
getting
blame you.
hurt, man, but I didn't even think about it. I don't know that video. I remember he got hurt, man, and but I look at Jason Tatum in the NBA, and I think the same thing, man. He had a horrible injury. He's back, man, and just makes you wonder, man. People
That's
always get injured in the finals. It makes you wonder if it's part of the narrative. So people argue,
well, the
if
NBA is the
if
biggest
only
thing
this
ever.
guy didn't get hurt,
Biggest thing ever. I mean, there's 40-point comebacks all the time now. Literally, excuse me. A team will be up by 35 in the third quarter and lose. It happens like once a week at least. So you could just tell with basketball for sure. It happens all the time now. This used to never happen like that. Like there's been comebacks, but not where you're down over 30 in the second half.
Nah, man,
Now it's like weekly.
you good people, man, and I just oh, again, it's hard to not. I'll be honest right now, man. I'd come on camera, but I'm tearing up a little bit in the eyes because it's just I haven't talked to anybody about this,
Hey,
man.
it's
I
okay.
found this
I mean,
stuff, bro. I found this stuff last I think Jake, I don't know when he uploads. I think Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. And I just, after watching the games recently, man, I just started to feel more and more suspect, especially after what happened. And I just, man, I remember, I don't know, last year, 2 years ago, the Lions in the playoffs, man, and the coach was making terrible calls, and I just kept telling my dad, man, this guy's he's like a Madden coach. He ain't even trying, but man, my he's about to reach his 70s, man. It's just like, bro,
yeah.
he's been in this his whole life, man. And it's just hard because I don't know whether to just keep the lie going to see him smile or break the truth because it feels wrong holding it, man. And I don't know if you've experienced that.
So with your parents, and I know it's tough. And if you don't want to tell your dad, that's fine. I mean, especially if he's that old, the last thing I would want to ever hear is someone's parent passing away out of depression and stuff. And I was going to talk about, the restaurant I worked at, Claim Jumper, closed down in December. And that week is when I met Jake. Kind of all came crumbling on me in a matter of like 10 days. So like right
Dang.
after Claim Jumper closed is when I found Jake and when I realized everything was fake. So like everything came crumbling down.
Was
Claim
this
Jumper
like
closed, reality came
2020?
closing on me. This was
2020?
2022.
Oh man.
And I actually was the last one to lock the door at Claim. I can actually tell you the time. It was December 22nd, 2022, and around 10 p.m., standard time. So 11
Man,
daylight savings time. Yep.
so bro, again, I know you do a long stream, man. I don't want to take you all night, but so I just caught the tail end of a stream that wasn't a troll
Okay.
comment, man.
No, and I could tell
I,
you're not.
I was hoping he'd talk about it more. I know he was tired in the night, but man, I'm worried, bro. I'm worried because it's like, fuck, bro, is this just the beginning? Is just the NFL just the beginning? You know, how deep does it go, man?
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to keep you on. I have something else to wake you up with, and I don't know if you know this. And he's talked about these type of things too. But our state, and I don't know what state you're in, if you even live in the U.S.
I'm in Philly, man. Like I say, my dad's big
Pennsylvania. Okay.
Philadelphia Eagle fan. Yeah, all that stuff, man. Philly sports, that's what the fam loves, and it's just
Yeah.
I'm messed up, man.
Exactly. But I'm gonna pull something up here in a minute, and I'm gonna blow your mind. But you got to give me a minute to find it on my computer. I should have been more prepared, but I'm almost there. So, alrighty.
But what really get me,
Let's
man,
do.
is the whole like everybody in on it and all that, man. And it's like, dude, I watched all of his football videos from this season because I saw the first one that came up recently. I just went back and it's just like, oh man, bro, it's a lot to take in, and there's no
It is.
denying the doinks but I
Yeah.
just that's why I say, man, I hurt myself. I literally hurt my brain for life, I believe, because of playing real football for a fake ass sport, for a sport that ain't even real at the top. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to see kids, man. It breaks my heart to see kids play, man, and not actually have a purpose, bro. We could be putting our mental energy towards better things.
Yeah. But I have one more thing to show you before I let you go. And so I blowed your mind with football, and Jake has. I'm really about to blow your mind with something else. You ready for it?
I don't know.
So, in our state of California, they think we are so stupid that they can disfollow rules that are written in our state constitution. So, I'm going to show you what that is right now. And Jake has proven this point too. So, according to our state constitution, there's something called chain of custody, where when they test our voting machines, they actually have to be transparent and tell us when they're doing it and how they're doing it. So if you could see on this right screen, those are your testing dates. So anything outside of that's illegal, and it goes against the law. So you see those dates on the right.
Man, why you do this to me, man?
Look
That's
at the
hard,
date on the
man.
left. Look at the date on the left. September 23rd, 2025. They
Oh
rigged the
man,
election. They think
brother.
we're so stupid that people don't, and it's out in the open. It was out in the open. And this is not some third party place. No, this is the Secretary of State's website where they literally show us that they're going to break the law. It's
Oh
it's
man,
clear as day.
no
And then they
man.
try to deny it. And then they try to say, "Oh, that's not part of media testing. Oh, that's not part of it at all." Really? Let's pull what media is under their laws. So here's Media Guide. Here it is, JSON API 2.3.2. So what is an API? So for those of you who don't understand what it is, It is called Advanced Programming Interface. And by the way, I'm going to tell you this outright right now. Just because the output is online, the input does not have to be connected to the internet. So they try to mislead people by saying it doesn't have to be connected, the voting machines are not connected to the internet. APIs don't require them to be connected to the internet for this to work. So that is a misleading claim. So what an API is, so think about, have you ever made a reservation for like an airport flight or a restaurant reservation online on OpenTable or anything like that?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'm going to show you an example of that right now so that everyone can understand what it is. And I got my little dev tools up so that everyone can see step by step. So I am, for fun.
All right, man. I'll tell you something, bro. I got tricked, man, into some parlays, bro. And again, anybody who think I'm trolling or shit, man, I'm really not, bro. I'm really
No, I
broke
know. I
right
can
now,
tell you're
bro.
not. I can tell you're not.
So I put at the beginning of the season, bro. I lost every year in sports betting because I just probably too emotional, right? And it's been a downward spiral since that 8-0 versus 0-8. And anyway, this season I put the rest of it down, man. I put my savings down. I figured, inflation's high. I might as well just put it on the line, right? I put three
Oh,
thousand in
and that
there,
too.
and I figured, you know what? I won't go too heavy. I won't go too heavy, and I just. It's been a crazy season, man, and I'll be honest. I didn't expect to blow through that cash so quick, man, and I'm just a little broken up, man.
Yeah, and I have a couple, two more things to show you actually. So I'm going to show you this API. I'm actually going to invite my buddy so that he can discuss with us, so that you can hear someone else, and that person is going to be, if he is on here, Shady Davy D LaFleur. So what is up, buddy? You're on. So we got Shady Davy D LaFleur with us, and he understands everything I'm talking about as well. So I'm going to make a reservation, a pretend one, obviously.
Hey, I wanted to come in here when Benjamin's on here real quick, man, because I love to see a new person being woke up to a lot of stuff, man.
Of course.
Hey, yeah, man. Thanks, bro. Nah, man. As I was telling Truther 6242, man. Yeah, bro. I put too much money in my account, bro, and I got a little too gambly on parlays. I started out good with just betting on the money lines and got funky, and I'm hurting right now, man. I'm kind of wondering, like, I don't know, bro. I'm kind of wondering, man. Like, I don't really have no money left, man, and it's kind of a scary place to be. And I feel real duped after finding Jake's videos.
That's designed to happen, bud. It's going to happen to the best of us.
Exactly.
I think it's time to wake up for sure. Like, I'm done with the sports betting, but I'm not gonna lie, it hurts. I just work. I work simple sanitation jobs for the city, and I just really blew it this time, man. I got a wife at home, man. She don't know about this yet, and it breaks my heart, man. And I just,
Yeah.
I just wish I would have known this before. And then now knowing that it's fake, it just it hurts even more, you know.
Exactly. And this is the script that comes out, and then it gets beautified on here. So it gets data from the tablets, the OpenTable tablets that you see them hold out in a restaurant. And the same thing with food, like when we do to-goes.
Yeah, what you see that curtain be unrevealed, man. You see a lot of the fakery that's involved, man, and it's not just with the refs. It goes all the way to the tippity top. The more and more you look into it, the more you'll find it's crazy.
Well, it just it get me thinking about that.
And hold on, I got a little bit of lag going on here, buddy. So I apologize if I'm jumping in.
It's okay. All right, so here's what I was finishing up. There is so the script that I just showed you, so an API, and like when we did to-go orders, our to-go order thing in the kitchen was not connected to the internet. That was wired, and that's still API. And the output went to the internet. So the input does not have to be on the internet in order for the output to be. So when they say the voting machines is not connected to Wi-Fi, that's misleading people. because it doesn't need to be for them to do what they're doing. Like I just showed you on here. It doesn't take that for them to be doing what they're doing. And that's just, and here's another example. So you got the 23rd of September. You got the 7th of October. Although, where's one with actual
Not only
numbers?
that, old man, there's so many people doesn't even vote anymore.
Exactly.
The lack of people that come in to actually vote is so almost rare anymore. It's so easy for them to manipulate and change all these numbers. And we've done breakdowns on this so many times on how they can control and manipulate and change votes.
But hey, buddy, Shady Davy, while you're here, I wanted to point something out to Benjamin. And Benjamin, my buddy here can tell you exactly what I'm talking about.
You see, though, man, I'll be honest, bro, and I appreciate you showing me this, and I believe you, but oh man, bro, I just in the short term, man, I'm real distraught, man. This is hard to even take in, bro. And bigger than this, man. Again, bro, I gotta put food on the table, man. If food stamps ain't come in, and it's a rough time, man. Again, I'm not on food stamps now, but what I'm saying, bro, I lost all my money, man, and it's like
Hey,
that's
Benjamin,
becoming
it's
not even an
the
option,
beginning, buddy. It's something else. Hey, keep going down this path of being awake, man. Or awoken, because they stole the word awake. We can't even say that term no more. But man, I'm glad to see you here. Sub up.
But for Benjamin,
I'm having some lag issues here, and I feel like I'm disturbing you guys. So I want to go ahead and jump off here. I appreciate you guys.
Wait, real quick before you go, buddy. I want you to help me out with one more thing with Benjamin, because I know you'll help me out here. So
man, it's so man, I'm trying to. But it's so laggy, I don't know.
So you told me about this before. So this is 2008. So he lives. My buddy Davey lives in Macon County, and according to the manufacturer data, McCain did very well here. But my buddy will completely disagree with these results. So, what would you say the Obama-McCain race looked like in Macon, Missouri?
Hey, man. I'm be honest, bro. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Shady. Thank you, Truther, man. I'm gonna have to hop off myself. I know you're trying to wake me up to deeper things, man. But the problem is, bro, I'm sitting in the car right now, man, and I don't know how to break this. I don't know how to break this to the fam, man. It's tough to see this, man. And but you don't get it, man. I'm getting behind on rent, man, and I'm fucked, man. I'm real fucked, man.
I mean, I'll tell you, I have not told my family yet, so they have no idea that I know any of this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that can happen, bro.
You should probably never make promises that you can't keep, man. I told my wife we was gonna go on vacation and stuff, and I was planning on using the bet money, and it went the other way, man. Went the other way, and now my whole world's flipped after finding these vids, and
yeah.
Anyway, man, I thank you guys. Oh man,
that's right.
Where to start?
JP Cruceno says 1 day at a time. I actually agree with that statement, but Shady David D. LaFleur will say and agree that McCain did not win Macon in his hometown at all. And he actually will, admit that. Because according to the manufactured data, McCain's killed Obama in Macon, Missouri. But my friend who lives there will tell you otherwise. And is it true that Obama actually went to Macon? You were showing me a newspaper article about Obama heading to Macon, Missouri.
Man, the first and only time I voted was for Obama. The first and only time I ever voted. And you got to remember back then, the big storyline was all the new voter registration for Obama. That was the big thing. It was bringing in all these new voters. And I seen it and I witnessed it. And really, it didn't translate at the polls for whatever reason, because it seems like obviously nobody's voting or they're doing something with these votes because I'll tell you, saying it didn't win this town was bullshit. That dude actually came and visited this town. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense for to say this guy, John McCain, that didn't win hardly any states, won this state.
Yeah. No, I agree. I totally think Obama won Missouri and it's in your hometown. So we agree on that. Is there anything else you wanted to add, buddy? I know it's kind of lagging a little bit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, man, you're doing a good job, man. Thanks for having me on. Come check me out in an all-new episode of The Lair of a Player tomorrow on the LaFleur Network. Please hit that like button, subscribe right here at Holden's channel, and join me in The Lair tomorrow.
Exactly. And join them every Thursday night for Kingpin's Bowling as well. All righty. You have a good rest of your night.
Much love, Holden.
Of course. Of course. Take care.
Yeah, we had a bad week, man. Hopefully, have a bounce back week. That was one of the best teams out there. All right, you too, buddy.
Yeah, you take care. Yes, it was very nice to see my buddy Shady David D. LaFleur. For anyone joining, I will have this up, although I am going to talk a little bit before I start putting in people again. Okay, we have something very serious to talk about. And unfortunately, Jake predicted something very big was going to happen. Potentially another fake lockdown. Potentially another big event that is going to change the world as we know it. And I think I now know what that may be. So, and I know Jake showed it. I sent him the video. He showed it the other night, last week. Since then, Fox News has been pushing propaganda hard about the fake UFO, basically nuclear war. And so I'm going to debunk this right now. And this is not the one that Jake showed. This is the one from last night. Same stupid network too. So here we go. It's time to debunk the hell out of Fox again.
Next tonight, right here on Hannity.
I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human beings.
And okay, does everyone see
Non-human craft?
just the horrible quality here? I'm going to slow it down for a sec.
And non-human.
Look how horrible that quality is. That is absolutely horrible quality. That looks like it was on a VHS tape in the 1980s.
Being.
What the hell is this? Stupid. Alrighty. We got some debunking here to do.
This is so secret. There have been very few people in our entire government that have been allowed or provided access to it.
Really? Did you hear that? Breaking news. Yeah. If it was this long, why did no one whistleblow it earlier? See, that's where you can't trust the mainstream media.
A bombshell new documentary dives deep into some of the most unanswered questions of the existence of UFOs and information that has been covered up for decades. Plus,
Yeah, no, they've been prepping this fakery probably for decades.
you won't believe what Eric Fang Swalwell wants to do next. We'll tell you tonight, straight ahead on Hannity.
That's not what we're here to do. We're just here for the UFO bull crap.
All right, so has the government been hiding the existence of UFOs from?
Oh, look who's on here. Marco Rubio. You know, he's like one of the biggest parts of the cabinet. He's spreading these lies, and you're about to hear what Dan Farah has to say about Marco Rubio. Oh boy.
From the people of this country. A new explosive documentary is pulling back the curtain on UFO secrets that have been covered up, they believe, for decades. Here is a sample of the trailer for the new.
Again, horrible quality. Looks like a video game.
For decades.
Look at this nonsense. Look how fake this looks. Dude, you could that looks like an SNES video game.
Here is a sample of the trailer for the new documentary entitled Age of Disclosure.
I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human beings.
This is so secret. There have been very few people in our entire government that have been allowed or provided access to it.
Even presidents have been operating on a need-to-know basis, but that begins to ramp out of control.
Did you hear what Marco Rubio said? They need to know on a basis, and it ramps out of control. Something tells me this whole event is going to happen within the next couple of years.
It's not acceptable to have secret parts of government that no one ever sees.
Oh, that's a Democrat. If I'm correct, that is Christine Sinema. I'm not Christine Sinema. What's her name? From New York. Not Chuck Schumer, but Gillibrand. Gillibrand.
It's not acceptable to have secret parts of government that no one ever sees. People have been hurt protecting and hiding this information.
Some people claim it would cost them their lives if they spoke out about these things.
That it would cost their lives if they spoke out. This is getting ridiculous. I think if they do this fake event, that's going to cost people's lives. But let's let this lunacy continue.
You had information being locked away that could change the trajectory for species.
This is the biggest discovery in human history.
Oh my God.
All right, The Age of Disclosure, available now, Amazon Prime.
And by the way, they had this Dan Farah guy on, earlier this week or last week.
All right, here with more, the director and producer.
And he's back.
Of this new documentary, Dan Farah, and the former director of the U.S. government's UAP task force.
Oh my God. They had a task force for fake UAPs. God, that's why we pay so much in taxes. There you go. We're wasting it on a bunch of crap that doesn't even exist.
Stratton is with us. All right, let's start, Dan, with the documentary. Let me just tell you where I am. I am really curious about it. I've asked a lot of questions about it. I've been told, I've been given both sides in terms of the answer to the question. Some people swear it's true. Other people say, no, it's not true.
It's all AI, CGI, video games. The whole thing's fake. This whole thing's a psyop.
Area 51, et cetera, et cetera. I'm somewhat agnostic. I believe with God, all things are possible. If God created universes,
that everything's possible. I'll rewind a second.
God created universes within universes.
So,
are we that arrogant to believe that there couldn't be life elsewhere that might be even more intelligent than we are?
Well, that first part isn't even real. So, yeah, if you're going to lie about that part, yeah, we're going to lie about the UAP part.
And we're not that intelligent sometimes. But what makes you?
I do agree some sheep are not intelligent, but you guys, it's you guys that brainwash them.
Why are you so certain?
Well, look, I made this film in pursuit of the truth, to find the answers to those big questions.
I made this film to provide the truth and the answer to those questions. I want to brainwash the public so bad that we're going to make this fake documentary and brainwash everybody. And if you don't listen to us, we're going to invade your home and lock you all down, because UAPs are, in fact, real. At least that's what our propaganda is going to say.
I interviewed 34 very high-level government, military, and intelligence officials, ranging from
all these great experts, top military officials, Marco Rubio, government puppets. They all say UAPs are real. You should listen to the elite. You should listen to all the people that sign non-disclosure agreements.
Marco Rubio to sitting senators to intelligence officials, admirals, generals, and collectively they all broke their silence to reveal an 80-year.
And they all broke their silence because now is the time. We're so worried that Jake the Awake is waking people up. So we're gonna stop that from happening by having these fake lockdowns and these UAP lies. People are so gullible and sheeple and stupid that they will fall for this bullshit. And that is why we will get away with whatever the hell we want.
Cover up of the existence of non-human intelligent life and a high-stakes secret Cold War race that the United States.
And yeah, we are now in a new Cold War. This is going to be just like the 9/11 setup. It's all fake, phony, and pretend, but we're going to shove it down your throat anyway.
It is in with adversarial nations to reverse engineer technology of non-human origin. And this has all been kept, from the public,
Can I interrupt you, Dan?
Yeah.
One second.
Yeah.
Are you saying to me that Secretary of State Marco Rubio confirmed to you that not only do UFOs exist and life from some other location
This is the big one.
exists, but we are fully aware of it, and there's almost a Cold War going on that has never been revealed to the American people? Marco Rubio said that to you.
Rubio confirms on camera that UFOs, UAP, which they're now called, are in fact real. That's not a debate anymore. The only question now is who's controlling them, where are they from, what is their intention?
See, it's not a debate. And if you think that they're not real, then you're a fucking idiot, because I'm Dan Farah. I work for the government, and I have a big non-disclosure contract. That's why I'm here to dupe the public, because I want to make everyone such stupid sheeple.
He says on camera that UAP are, penetrating our most secure airspace, like our nuclear weapons sites, military bases, and it's a major concern.
Okay, Jay, where do you think this is coming from? Do we have any suspicion at all?
Well, the best way I can say, Sean, is it's not from here. I spent 20 years researching this topic, working this topic directly on behalf of the American people. And I did everything I could and did confirm that some of the things that they're seeing are obviously real, whatever word you want to use there, from potential adversary nations, from, defense contractors and companies here, commercial sources.
They're all government made. If you ever see a UFO, they're government made. The CIA makes them. The government makes them to scare people off. That's what really goes on. If it were to ever happen, it would be man-made.
However, there were still cases that we could not attribute to any nation on earth, and that says a lot.
Do you both believe?
Oh, look at this. I just noticed this. Of course, they have the globe.
Do you?
And we all know that ain't real either. We all know there is no globe.
Both believe that they're hostile, Dan. Hostile forces, entities, if you will.
I think that's to be determined. We do not
So
know.
we don't know for sure.
We don't know what their intentions are. Look, I interviewed 34 military government intelligence officials, Sean.
34 again. So he said 34 last week, 34 this week. Is that the new 33? Perhaps. Maybe not.
They couldn't tell us any better than you could what the intention of non-human.
Look at that smirk. Did you see that? Look at that smirk. He can't even contain his lie.
You could what the intention of non-human intelligent life is, right?
Oh my God, he almost laughed there. He can't even keep his own lie.
All we know is that this is a real situation. It exists. There are UAP penetrating our most sensitive airspace. It is a problem. And even if you can't wrap your head around the idea of it being non-human intelligent life, what are the choices you're left with?
Yeah, even if you can't wrap your head around it, what other choices do you have left? It's not like the government can build these things. It's not like they could trick you. It's not like they would lie, just like they didn't lie about the globe, and they didn't lie about anything else. Meanwhile, they do lie about everything else. They lie about sports being real. They lie about betting being real. They lie about the globe. They have controlled opposition like Alex Jones and Jaron and Dave Weiss, Dirth, and Eric Dubay. They're all fakes. Karen B's a fake. You have all these fake people. So the government does lie. And I absolutely would believe if there was anything extraterrestrial looking, that the government made it. They built it. I would absolutely believe that. The government made it to scare people off.
An adversarial nation like China or Russia has leapfrogged us technologically and is invading our most, classified and protected airspace. That's not great either. So, no matter how you have to look at it to get your head wrapped around it, it's got to become a serious conversation, a serious national conversation.
And it has to be a serious conversation. Folks, he says it has to be a serious conversation. Actually, I think there's another serious conversation we need to have, and I think he's about to spill the beans on here in just a second.
And a serious global conversation. And, the film reveals there has been a deeply hidden crash retrieval and reverse engineering program in the United States. China has one, Russia has one. There is, in fact, a high-stakes secret Cold War race. Rubio talks about this race on camera, on the record, in the film, and makes it clear that if we don't get our act together as a nation, we're going to wake up one day. To quote him, he literally says, we will wake up one day and China will have beat us. And we won't know how they got there or when they got there, but we will be screwed.
So here's the thing. That whole thing's fake. But this could be real. They could make up that story. And I do think there's a real chance, and Jake's talked about it before, that they may be prepping us for this. We could be in a one world government sooner than you think. They could say, oh my God, aliens are such a risk that we have to all be in a one world government. That could happen. And I wouldn't be shocked if it happened in my lifetime at this point. And I know, Jake predicted, and maybe he's changed his mind too. He was saying it may be about 100 years, 200 years. It may be happening sooner than you think. I'm getting really worried about it. Of course, the aliens are fake. Of course, there's no such thing as UFOs. But they have done a pandemic. They have fake things. They fake terrorist attacks. They fake shootings. They fake, COVID. What's to stop them from faking something so detrimentally bad that people lock themselves and we're all forced into a lockdown in a one world government? It could happen. That's right. Benjamin's doing a good job. You're not losing your mind, buddy. Listen, it's gonna take a little time to get used to it. You're learning reality. Rosebell is correct. We're all here to help you. I know how you feel, buddy. I've learned to trick them. I don't tell my parents. And I've learned how to keep a straight face and then come on here and actually speak reality. And of course I speak reality out in public too. Okay. So I will be looking that up later as well on a work vacation. Yeah, don't gamble. Don't gamble. That's what I would recommend. I mean, I give people picks, but I even tell them not to do it. Yeah, and if you're worried about telling your family, that is the best idea ever. I mean, that is a good idea. That's what I have done. Or I'll just pretend to go along with it. Now I know how that feels. Yes, thank you, buddy. Thank you, JP. Oh, they totally are. They've even used actual Atari video game from the 80s. And all you have to do is get rid of the color and put it in black and white with black characters. And it's the exact same thing. So that's how bad it is. And the SpaceX thing's fake too. That Elon Musk car, that was the fakest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm telling you, we're going to be in a one world government. It's going to happen. Exactly. And I think it may happen sooner than people think. That's why when they say it's a serious threat and that China is going to take over, of course, the whole world's a scam. But what's to say that they're not going to put us all in a one world government? And they'll use that story as an excuse, as the narrative. They over-exaggerated it. They did I'm not going to say that. Listen, I had it pretty bad for 3 straight months. In New Year's Eve 2019 till about mid-March, late March 2020. So yes, I did have it, but they made it seem like everyone died from it, and they do fake positive tests and stuff. So yeah, but it isn't what they say it is. Not necessarily. There are some real things. There are some real things. And you'll get to learn that, Benjamin. You will. You'll get to learn it. It's going to take time, but yeah. I don't blame you. It is. I do think it's going to be. Of course, hey, Benjamin, and you're always welcome back here anytime. Of course, I wish you the best of luck. Absolutely. Okay, where is it so I can give people a chance one more time? There it is. There's my link to the StreamYard. Anyone who wants to come on. Now that I'm done presenting the story that I needed to present. Anyone who wants to come on can. All right. I will be right back. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. In the meantime, I'm going to play one of Jake's songs while I am gone using the restroom. I may just play some of his latest top 10, and I'll be right back.
Welcome back, disgruntled sports fans. Another week, another scripted top 10. We start the list in the Mile High City. We got the Broncos and the Chiefs in a close game. This ball goes to the one and only Travis Kelce, who's always open. And not only is he always open, he's impossible to tackle. Watch this dude grab hold of him and just let him go. Now watch this guy right here. He runs up and decides to go right underneath his legs. Travis takes it in easily. Even when the Chiefs lose, Travis Kelce still gets to look good. And here it is from another angle. The ball goes right to Kelce. Watch number 9. You tell me if he's trying his best to make a tackle. He literally runs over to Kelce, gives him a quick hug, and then lets him go. And then pretends that he's too fast to catch him. You know what they say about big white Kelce? He's the fastest player in the NFL. That's what they say. Watch how this dude right here doesn't go for any sort of wrap up and tackle at all. Instead, he just goes right underneath his legs. Dude just ran up, didn't try and wrap up his legs at all, just decided to go down and roll underneath Kelce's legs. Tell me I'm wrong. So now we head to Cleveland, where Browns fans have been begging for Deion Sanders' son to start at quarterback. He didn't start this game, but he did come into the game, and the Browns have the lead. This is Shedeur Sanders' debut in the NFL. Let's see what he can do. Looks like the Ravens are going to bring heat on this play. Shedeur stands in the pocket, takes a hit. He delivers this ball right to the Ravens. I think you're going to have a long, wonderful career, Shedeur. The nearest Browns receiver way back here never had a shot. So obviously, they told Shedeur to turn over the ball, and he went out there and threw it right to the Ravens, as told. Ravens go on to win this game. Shedeur can't get the Browns into the end zone at all. They go scoreless once Shedeur entered the game. Welcome to the NFL, Shedeur. So now we take the list to the Meadowlands, where Jameis Winston is getting the start. Yes, career journeyman and jobber, Jameis Winston, with a chance to tie the game, even win the game late. And what's he going to do? Oh, he's going to throw it right to the Packers and basically kill his team's chance at winning the game. Yeah, that is the game-ending interception right there. Giants lose because of that right there. Look how the Giants receiver doesn't even go up and try and get the ball, didn't even make an attempt. Winston went right back and threw it right to the Packers.
Take me down to the Muff Punk City where the returners are really freaking shitty. Oh, won't you please muff this punk? Yeah, yeah.
Muff Punk City, everybody.
Oh, shit. All right, good. The audience is still here. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job for how awful I'm feeling today. Let's see any comments. Yeah, maybe. Benny, would you like a mini mental exam? I don't know who you're referring to. Especially for feeling like shit. Yes, I am kicking ass. I don't feel good at all. That's also why I had to go use the restroom. But for my yeah, when I watched local games, at high school, they did not wear. There was maybe one player that wore them, although they were more like the mitten, like normal mittens. They weren't like actual those fake gloves. Every now and then. Okay, good. The Wi-Fi's back on. Jake played high school football. Yeah, my Wi-Fi cut out, buddy. My Wi-Fi cut out. We're back. That's what happened. Jake, but yeah, he played high school football. Our buddy Jake the Awake. I'm in Modesto. So at his high school. I wonder if he ever played one of my teachers. Because there was a teacher of mine that actually played high school football around the same time. In the state, in the area. I'm going to have to ask Jake about that. In high school football, if he's ever met this guy, I'm going to have to ask him next stream. And if Jake, if you're there now, I would love for you to come on. Because we need that insight. But yeah, that is the unique thing about it. And I'll star that one. All right. What do I want to talk about next? So we talked about the UFO bull crap. I mean, my voice, I'm going to start choking. I can't really do any huge impressions tonight. I would normally do that, but can't. But I think what we're going to do next how about we look at what AI is? It's because some people need to, and it's not everyone's fault. AI is a new thing. It's not magical though. Which is good. That's what I want everyone to see. So what's going on here? It looks like these are scripts. So everyone, you see this? There's this conversation, like an API, user signals, and you can see the initiators too. There's this whole script. There's the initiators. So these are scripts, that all work together. And there's the lines, different scripts, a ton of different scripts. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to tell you why I'm showing you this in a minute. There's this finalize one. Again, look at there's different initiators, different scripts that work together. And that's what makes it artificial intelligence. So everyone can understand artificial intelligence is not magical. It takes humans to build scripts, and then those scripts, after those are built, can be magical. Advanced scripts that work together can make the magic happen, but someone has to build the scripts first. So there's a bunch of different scripts that work together. As we see, this text docs file, there's this finalize one, there's this one, all the scripts and these URLs that it has to connect to. And then, of course, the results. It creates a link. And there it is. There's your AI image on ChatGPT. So why am I exactly talking about this? Well, there is a guy who I used to actually admire who has turned his back on Jake and thinks it's funny to lie about what AI is. So now you're going to hear him say the exact same thing. And
this is goated.
That Q and Fee, dude, you've really screwed up this time.
With the brain.
Let's go to that point of this quote unquote debunk.
This intelligent, total lunatic retard. So this is AI. No, it's mostly Python. It's scripts that working together.
And what is AI? What's ChatGPT that I just showed you? Scripts that work together. And those scripts can generate artificial intelligence. Those scripts let the computer have artificial intelligence. There is no such thing as magical AI without a human making a script. That's just bull crap. So Q and Fee, completely taking his audience advantage. Q and Fee is manipulating his audience into thinking those two are separate things. No, it's the exact same thing. That's what artificial intelligence is. So when Q and Fee, embarrasses himself the way he just did, yeah, we're going to call you out for that. And by the way, you did talk to that Jaren Sock account. So, and I made an ambiguously gay duo thing because of it. Yeah, exactly. He did struck out. He made himself look like a fool, and that's why I showed you what AI is. Because guess what? No, I only have one, and she lives in No, all our stuff's at our house. So, but I understand what you're asking, and thank you for asking that. And of course, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate as well. But JP Cruceno, you're spot on. Q and Fee has embarrassed himself. He made himself look like a fool. And listen, I give him a lot of credit for the flat earth stuff. He did a wonderful job on that. But when you're going to backstab people, Jake and I, and you make up lies and you brainwash your audience into thinking AI and these scripts that work together are two separate things, I'm going to call you on it. Those scripts that work together makes the AI. You just saw it on ChatGPT. You just saw all those scripts, the initiate, and you can do this experiment at home as well. You just do a ChatGPT image. You have Control-Shift-I. If you're using a Windows, you have this, DevTools thing up, and you can see all the scripts working together. That's what AI is. So Q and Fee, you saying that those are two separate things is ridiculous. They're the same thing. AI is scripts that work together. That is what artificial intelligence is. And then once the human makes those scripts, the computers can be artificially intelligent. Exactly. And so what you can do is right before you hit enter on your request for an image for ChatGPT or Copilot or whatever you're using, exactly, go to Inspect Element, hit enter, and you can watch all the scripts and how they work together to make the AI. And that debunks Q and Fee right there. So when he says those are two separate things, Q and Fee, you're the brainwashing idiot for thinking that no one's going to catch on to you. But Q and Fee, we caught on. I caught on. When it comes to technology, you don't want to mess with me because I will rip you apart very quickly. So again, when Q and Fee says that about AI, easy for me to tear them apart. When people say APIs have to be connected to the internet, easy for me to tear it apart because that is just a bunch of BS. When it comes to these type of things, you're not going to have it easy against me. It ain't going to happen. So exactly. And so it is easy for you to look at that as well. Of course. And the output can be online. So what you see here, JP, so I want everyone to understand. These are the current results, by the way. So the output clearly is online. You can see it. But the input does not have to be online for this to be online. And of course, you're not going to see it in this code. So this code gets put into an HTML. The JSON gets put into an HTML, which once that happens, it gets put on this map. And the green is yes. So here we go. Yeah, my audio's back. That was not good. So I'll repeat it again just in case the whole connection struck out. Everything you see on this left screen yeah, my Wi-Fi can suck sometimes. Oh, Anyway, everything on the left that you see is the output. That gets the input is the voting machine, which in this case, to the internet probably, and it doesn't have to be. But they can edit the voting machine and edit the coding in the voting machine and spit out this output online. So the input's not online. The output is. Clearly, you can see it on the left. And what the HTML does, what a website does, is that it takes this and beautifies it into this map. So for anyone who missed it just now because of my Wi-Fi issues, we'll do my home county, a Placer. Why not? Let's go home. And everyone can see 82583 on both sides, 103,794 on both sides as well for the no. And then for anyone who likes to follow the fake phony stuff, I occasionally put a 100% report. And of course, it'll just be the yes and no at the end of it. But my third column is ballots that have not been counted. So mathematically, you will know exactly the highest and lowest each vote will get. With, about 1% not reporting. So about 99% of the ballots have been counted, according to the manufactured, scripted, fake, phony data. And that's what you got there. Yep, we are solid, buddy. Of course, if you haven't hit subscribe, hit the like button if you haven't done that yet. That way you know when I'm going to be back on. Usually I'm on when after Jake's done. I kind of like to do that because I feel like I'll get the most people. So Wednesdays, he usually does it. So I'll probably be back on here Wednesday night. That would be my guess. Well, it's all fake and phony. Because I showed you guys earlier, they scripted they changed and they rigged the voting machines. So they have an algorithm. And by the way, the algorithm, funny, is Southern California. Every time it'll start somewhat Democratic. Then a big batch of Republican votes come in on as the quote unquote the day of voting. And then it'll just slightly go more to the left and to the left. And it's the same linear pattern. And it doesn't change. And they've done it every time. So it's a pattern. And it's becoming very clear. Yeah, they are. And so that's why they test it when they're not supposed to. And they're showing it. And that's what I'm saying. They think people are so stupid that they do it in the open, that they break the law in the open. And they show it. And I mean, we're not fooled. None of us are fooled. They rig and script elections all the time. But they're making it so obvious here in California. I mean, it says you cannot test unless if it's these 3 dates and times. And they violate it. They do it every year, and it's the same scripted moves. The counties count the same. It moves the same. So like if it's Republican by 10, then it'll just go down by 9.5, 9, 8.5, 8. It's the same bull crap every time. Same pattern. No changes. And because I live here and I pay attention to this stuff, it's every time. There's not one exception. It is the same exact count every time. I mean, obviously the results in counties change, but you know what I'm saying. It moves the same pace every time. So like Orange, like I said with Orange County, it starts Democrat, then the same day vote comes in, whether it flips or stays Democrat. That's what's different sometimes. But then the votes will slightly lean more Democrat in it. If the Republicans are winning, it'll go down and down and down and down. If Democrats are winning, of course, their lead goes up and up and up and up. It is the same pattern every time. The question is what happens the first day. Really, the first day is when you're going to know. Certain counties go more Republican, 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 Republican. They start highly Democrat, and then they go the other way. It's the same pattern every time. No exception, except for the recall in 2021. That's the only exception where it was different. And this is not just the general elections. If you combine all the left and all the right, because there's multiple candidates during the primary, it's the same crap. It's the same pattern. If you combine all the left in one column, all the right in one column, it is the same crappy pattern every time, even including in the summer when we have our primaries. Same pattern. There's no difference. None. And that's how you know it's all fake. You would think that things would change occasionally, or ballots would be counted differently, or it would be in a different order. Nope. Same order every time. That's how you know it's fake. And that would be, that's what I would tell people. California, go look it up. It's the same bull crap. It is. It's so crappy. By the way, I wanted to promote a couple channels as well. J. David D. LaFleur, please check him out. He has his lair tomorrow. I'm going to put that link in the chat right now. This is for tomorrow night. Or not tomorrow night, tomorrow day. So please check that out. To 3:30 daylight saving time. Thank you, buddy. JP Crucino, you have been awesome tonight. And then, of course, the guy we talk about the most, Jake. Of course, subscribe to him. He did a great stream. I didn't get to catch all of it. I was at dinner. But I will rewatch it. And I love that face. That was his Dallas Cowboy face when he was doing the NFL fan reaction video. Here, I'll show it to you all. That Dallas one's hilarious. It's at the end, too.
Don't beat the sorry ass captain. All part of the season. I'm a Cowboys fan. I hope we don't lose too bad to the Texans tonight.
Yeah, I should have been careful there. Oh, my God. And that's where he gets that from. It's pretty hilarious, if you ask me. So I went over all my fake phony picks. Again, don't bet every game, please. And really, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it at all. And if you can bet like $1 or $2 at most. It's just really unnecessary to bet thousands and hundreds and thousands of dollars. It is. It is. When I ever do it, it's no more than $5, if that. Usually it's not more than $1 because I'm not going to be crazy and ridiculous with it. But and it's rare that I do spend fake coins a lot to see how I do. This guy's amazing. I love Jake. I'm so glad I met him. Yeah, that's how Jake got that. Another thing I wanted to talk about while we're still here. Everyone, tell me if you agree that entertainment in the form of music, TV, has all lately. I think so. I think it's absolute garbage today. And when I watch some of this old stuff, I'm like, damn, this is so much better than the stuff. Of course, I actually grew up with 80s and 90s stuff, so it wasn't as bad for me. But I see some of this 2010 stuff, and it's like, what the hell is this? There are exceptions. SpongeBob. I mean, even the new ones are funny. I do like SpongeBob. I've always liked it. There are exceptions, but there's a lot of bad. And then, of course, I can't stand Taylor Swift. She's the most overrated pop star in the history of pop. It's overrated. She's not good, and her new stuff is the worst stuff. I don't get it. I know maybe there's people here that like it. I don't know. I think she's terrible. Personally, I like country music. And when I listen to pop, it's not none of the new crap. Some people like heavy metal. For me, here are my pop people. Here are my pop artists that I actually like and care for. Bee Gees. Love the Bee Gees. That's probably my favorite pop band, to be honest with you. Chicago I like. Toto I like. And all that stuff's so much better than Taylor Swift. Darrell Hall and John Oates. Some people in the Jake's chat were actually shocked I know who these people are. But yeah, I do know who they are. They're a good couple. They're a good duo. Elvis obviously is a hit. Much better than Michael Jackson's obviously a hit. I have not seen The Chair Company, by the way, buddy. I've not seen it. I gotta get a pop playlist on my channel, and it'll be public so that you guys can listen to this stuff I like if you care to listen to it. So I will be having that at some point. Maybe that's something I work on this week. I'll create a best of pop. Oh, I forgot Fleetwood Mac. That's another band I like. I forgot about them. And Billy Ocean, I like him. I don't even know who. Oh, okay. He's talking to JP. Okay. So, like I said, I'll have a music playlist of the pop songs I like. You guys can listen to it if you want. You know, if you're interested in what I like, it'll be there. I'm hoping to have it done, in the next few days. Can't promise, though. Cannot promise. But I'll try to have it done. Video games, too, I feel like have gotten easier, believe it or not. Who agrees with me that video games have gotten easier? With the Switch, the Wii U. I mean, and I played all the old and new stuff. So I kind of have a grip on that type of stuff. I know not everyone's going to agree with me on this. I will say the one Donkey Kong game for the Wii U, the Tropical Freeze, that was a little bit more hard. They did a good job with the difficulty. But I feel like some of these games are just ridiculously easy today. Not everyone's going to play games. I get you. Yeah, the first Super Mario Bros., the second one, the third one. Who knew this fact? Super Mario Brothers 2, the American version, not the Lost Levels Japan version. The American version was based off a Japanese game that had nothing to do with Mario at all. Who knew that? So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let's see. I forgot what the game was called, but they got it from something that's not Mario related at all. And of course, they took the characters with it. Yummy Kojo. Doki Doki Panic. So they got it from this Japanese game. So anyone who remembers playing Super Mario Bros. 2, they got it from this Doki Doki game. That's how that came about. So Crimby, yes it is. How you doing, Crimby? So this is where you got that game from. And of course, they took Shy Guy and the bombs and the Birdos from this Japanese non-Mario game and then incorporated it into Mario altogether. Obviously, we see Birdos, bombs, and Shy Guys everywhere in Mario today. Although the bombs were a little different. I will say that. So, for Crimby, after I'm done, I would actually recommend you watch this over again and then watch Jake, obviously, because I cover some good things and he covered some good things tonight. Yeah, that's because they based it. So the real Mario 2 is called the Lost Levels, but then they just made this Japanese Doki Doki game for America. Don't know why they did it, but of course it incorporated, like I said, Shy Guy, Birdo. We would not probably had those characters if it weren't for that. Or would we? I'm being silly there. All right. And of course, I like the old Mario parties on the N64 better than the new Switch versions. And I don't even think that's debatable. When you had Chance Time and all that fun stuff. Entertaining, very entertaining. And I get it. It pissed people off. I don't blame them. All right. So, Super Mario 64, they had a DS version as well. There are a couple differences with the two versions, by the way. Not just with the graphics, but with the actual game setup, especially in that frozen mirrored level. You know, when you're in the room with the mirrors. And you go in that little igloo. It's different. I feel the N64 one is a big maze. And the DS one is very different from that. To get the star. So that is, I do know for sure that is a big difference with those games. All right. Let's see what else I have here. Exactly, JP. Exactly. Who I mean, who else? And we are going to end soon, by the way. And don't worry, we'll be back Wednesday. Or at least my plan is to be back Wednesday. Although we are at dinner again that night, so I'll try to be on a decent time. We'll see. It'll probably be around the same time as I started tonight. Let's see. Anything else I wanted to bring up? Yeah, we'll see. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up for me tonight. All right, thank you for tuning in. And we will do this again Wednesday. So until then, take care. Have a good night.